Ghostwriting is frowned upon in the rap industry, yet some of the biggest names still do it. You won't believe who's on this list, and better believe it gets better and better. Number 9. What is ghostwriting?
Opposed to whoever may have written a whole song for a rap artist and it was tucked away and that artist is performing it as if it was theirs.
Now, based on my intro to this video, you might be thinking that you know exactly what ghostwriting is, but it's a little bit more complicated than people think. First off, ghostwriting is not the same as co-writing. If it was, it wouldn't be that much of an issue in the rap world because singers help out each other a lot on tracks all the time. Ghostwriting is when someone is not associated with the rapper himself or something even the rap world in general, outside of writing for it, is tasked with making a song.
You know what I mean?
So they'll sign a contract with the rapper in question, make the song, work with the rapper at times to make the song better, and then the rapper himself or herself will rap the song and take all the credit. This is where the difference between ghostwriting and co-writing comes in. If a person is a co-writer, 9 out of 10 times they'll get credit in the track or album, and then get a percentage of some sort, as well as their pay for the song itself, for the success of the song. However, for a ghostwriter, they get a lump sum of money for helping make the song itself, but that's all they'll get. They won't get credit, they won't get percentage on the track, they'll be invisible in the process once the lyrics are completed, hence they are a ghost. Now if you're wondering, well, if they don't get any credit, why do it at all? Well, that's because ghostwriters can get paid a lot of money to make songs depending on who they write for. Some lyricists can go and make $10,000 to $20,000 if they're hired by the right big name singer, and if you do that per song, that really adds up quickly. So sure, you don't get the fame of seeing your name, but you do know that you wrote that song, and helping them make that song can lead you to making more, and so a lot more people do it. For some, that's the problem, and it's a problem that is dividing the genre. Number 8, the war over ghostwriters.
Idea of Drake. What does that mean?
Meaning that if he has a ghostwriter, he's an idea. He's not meaning that it's a perception created that he's not really writing the lyrics.
Okay, so now you know what ghostwriters are in terms of the rap world, so that begs the next question. Why are rappers up in arms about others using ghostwriters for their songs? Well, honestly, it's just rather a deep question, and it speaks to the nature of the genre and music itself. Think about it like this. You work really hard to make a book, a nice novel, you spend years on it and refining and testing it with readers and etc., and then you get a book release that has a very successful launch. You get praise, money, rewards, and also naturally you get to make another book. Along the way, you meet another writer who's written an equally successful book. You chat about it and talk about the writing process, and all that you find is that they're very evasive, and you don't know why though. So you do a little digging and you find out that their big novel wasn't theirs at all. It was a ghost-written novel. They only did a bit of remedial work on it. How would you feel? Likely not very good. You poured everything into your book, and in contrast, that person's making fame and money off of someone else's emotions, thoughts, and words, and more. Rap has almost always been a genre filled with songs fueled by emotions and feelings of the singers. Drake, Eminem, Nicki Minaj, Kendrick Lamar, they all use their own experiences in life to make their songs speak to them in order to get people to understand their life, their emotion, their feelings and things, and many other things. But Eminem and Drake are known for their perfectionist nature when it comes to their songs. They want to make sure that every single word, verse, and note rings true to what is being sung. But rappers who use ghostwriters don't seem to do that. Or at the very least, they don't do 90% of the work, and that's what really bothers them.
Never have and never will. If I ever need a ghostwriter, I need to just put the mic down.
It's honestly a case of, what does it mean to be a singer? Does it mean to belt out words, verses, the notes of varying keys? Because if that's the case, anyone who sings at their local church or in the shower or in the car on the way to work is a singer, because that's all they're doing. Or is a singer a person who puts their heart and soul into every single song that they write, or even co-write? Well, yeah, it's a tricky thing, but for the most part, purists of the rap world see ghostwriting as an infringement on what they do as singers. So those who don't put everything that they have into their tracks, the ghostwriters do. And they're often not talked about because of the dislike of them in the rap world. Now, that's not to say that they hate the ghostwriters, because honestly, they're not. They're technically the innocent party in all of this, and rather, this is about those who use them and claim those skills that those writers have and then act like they did nothing wrong when they get caught. Again, what's right and what's wrong is all a matter of perspective, but for the purist, if you use a ghostwriter, you're not a real rapper. Number 7, hard to prove.
And it wasn't a bad thing. I still don't look at it as a bad thing. It changed my life.
Now, one of the biggest problems with ghostwriters is that unless you catch a singer who's used one in the act, it's really hard to prove that they're really even using them. After all, when the writer is done, they're done completely. They have nothing to do more with the process, and the song is released without any further input from them. And this has led to all sorts of people being accused of being rappers with ghostwriters, even though it's clearly not the case. A very unfortunate case that happened was with Drake when he was accused of using a ghostwriter, and a hip-hop rap legend went off on this accuser with a flurry of diss tracks to prove that he was always his own writer. But even though the accusation was false, it highlighted the other problems with ghostwriters. That's hard to prove who's real and who's fake. Sometimes you can tell with the style of lyrics or the word usage, but it's not exactly as you think. And here's a sad fun fact for you. According to the rapper Skills, ghostwriting and rapping started at least in 1999, and likely before then. And so now I'll stop beating around the bush and reveal some people who did indeed use ghostwriters at one point in time. Number 6, Cardi B.
Actually do all your own
Yeah, the thing is that,
Oh yeah, I bet you didn't see this one coming. Or maybe you actually did. Because Cardi B has actually openly admitted that she has used ghostwriters at award shows that she's done, including the partisan Fontaine. What's more, she's actually called out other rappers for saying that all these rappers have writers, and even the ones that be saying they don't. Could this be directed at Drake? But hey, she didn't ask for forgiveness or anything, and rather she just said, I still get paid. Which is actually part of the problem, as I noted earlier, because rappers like Cardi B are proving that they're not in it for the music or for the freedom of expression. It's for the money. And if they can pay $20,000 or a little bit more to get a hit song made that they'll make millions off of once they sing it, they'll do it. Despite her claim, it's pretty obvious that some rappers don't use ghostwriters, for it's not really in their personality to allow that anyway. Number 5, Kanye West.
Produced. That's talking about writing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm writing for you.
I was just there with you.
At this point in his career, it's honestly not that surprising to hear that Kanye West is a man who has used ghostwriters in the past. And in his own admission, he's noted that he's used many over the years. Like Cardi B, he used Partisan Fontaine in the past, who apparently wrote the entire Violent Crimes track outside of 2 verses, changed by Kanye West himself. The rest was all Fontaine, and this was the only ghostwriter that he's used in the past. In fact, he's actually had 1 on his debut album. Now again, it's clear that Kanye West has used more in his mind to come up with some of these tracks, which is honestly isn't saying much when you hear some of the songs he's made, but hey, he wasn't ashamed to go and get help when he felt he needed it. Number 4, Dr. Dre.
Podcast talking about how Jay-Z ghost wrote Still Dre. We always thought he wrote just one part of this. Turns out he did more. Let's take a look.
You might be thinking, what? Yeah, that's right. One of the biggest pillars of the rap community went to a ghostwriter to make his hit song, Still Dre. That's right. He still had help making a song featuring his own name. But here's the rub. We all know that Dr. Dre writes his own tracks most of the time, and that's actually what's given him a unique perspective of the world of rap, if you will. So when he feels he needs it, he actually goes out and finds people who can help him turn his songs into even better ones. He's actually more than willing to admit that he has his limits, which makes his ghostwriting a lot less offensive than others. Oh yeah, and here's the other rub. The ghostwriter? It wasn't some random person who's good at rap. It was actually Jay-Z. So yeah, he goes to the best in the world when he needs a ghostwriting job done. Number 3, Will Smith. Oh yeah, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, maybe one of the most interesting stories in rap because all of his rise and fall and then rise again in the world of acting. But yeah, he's never been above using a ghostwriter when it came down right to it. While it's hard to pinpoint all the ghostwriters he's had used in the past, it's been confirmed that he used writer Nas for some of his biggest hits. For example, remember one of his all-time classic songs, Getting Jiggy With It? Yep, that one was a ghostwriter song, and his name was Nas. Not so ironically, Nas was also behind one of Will Smith's other famous tracks, Miami, and it's really hard to deny that those 2 tracks still do well in today's world of music. But then again, whether or not it is written by him, Will Smith is still a great singer. Number 2, Eazy-E. Let's head back to Dr. Dre for a little bit here, or more accurately, with the legendary rap group NWA, where he sang with the not only legendary rapper Ice Cube, but the master of the mic, Eazy-E, among others, of course. As noted in their movie, Straight Outta Compton, each of them had something to bring to the table. Dr. Dre was the music master. E was great on the mic. Ice Cube was a great lyricist. But at the time, it was thought that Eazy-E was the one making the words because of the credits, when in actuality, it was Ice Cube. But Eazy-E actually decided not to hide it after all, because he had Ice Cube write Boys in the Hood. For one of their next songs, 8 Ball, he sang, Ice Cube writes the rhymes that I say. So clearly back then, ghostwriting was happening, which proves that it's not a recent epidemic. It's just one that happens more often than you realize. Number 1, Diddy. Diddy may not be the biggest name in music anymore, but when he was, yeah, he was. Yes, even when he was cycling through his thousands of different names. But the point is, you'd think a guy like him would be above using ghostwriters, but you'd be wrong. In fact, he used one for what should have been the most personal song you've ever wrote, I'll Be Missing You, the tribute song he made for Biggie Smalls after his passing. Turns out all of Diddy's verses were ghostwritten by Sauce Money, who was actually a former associate of Jay-Z. The fact that he would use a ghostwriter to pen a song to his friend in his stead is a bit of a bruise on the song itself, and it should have been a heartfelt piece from Diddy's heart, especially since he was going to be going on and doing the song with Biggie's wife right beside him. But no, he went on and used a ghostwriter. Oh, and if you thought that wasn't enough, Diddy also took the audio sample from Sting's song Every Breath You Take, so Sting gets $2,000 a day from Diddy from royalties as a result. And there you have it, a detailed history of with ghostwriting and those who have used it in the rap world. So, do you feel different about some of these rappers that you've now heard that they use ghostwriters? Also, do you think that you might try and take a stab at ghostwriting? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on King Trending. Hey, just a reminder that we're changing up the giveaways. From now on, we're offering the Galaxy Note 9, the one that comes with the exclusive Fortnite skin, the new iPhone X Max, which we'll pre-order for you, and the new Apple Watch Series 4, which we'll also pre-order for you. The winner gets to decide between these three. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, drop a like, and comment the hidden message in the video for a chance to win. You got nothing to lose. Go for it.